Hello, Babaderos sees. I explain how that stands for individual and species body of volume. And this comes with God variable training. The God variable is more probably, for example, and more practically, what variability is. Variability with algebra was and is revealed as above. With the ancients that revealed the republic for which we stand, no. The nature of debate regarding this. And the yes. Oh, hold on. Happy New Year. Okay. Happy New Year's, YouTubers. Also, be led by the hyper invisible. Be what's happy, what's not simultaneously. And when you watch the news, since founding, when you ask, for example, what witch trials were about, ask what they were about if they were made up totally, because slavery was entrenched North and South America before our founders were born. Because through our schools, sickly, distinctly, multi-front for all kinds of arrays of motivations, narratives, natures. Even the truths are used for lies since founding by a breaching method as a foreign body slash a hyper foreign body slash S as foreign bodies, then with and as all quality of fact nature aspects, physics, and nature. See criminal insidiousness as nature. See when you guys are fighting and arguing as non-lawyers and you or lawyers and you use words like terrorism, you use like war crimes, you left out and leave out and are being measured and used to screen the breaching method usage of all formal convictions made by the law as state collusions. Also, with the difference of that, this breaching method we know employed good people to be evil. A through Z. The difference between everyone against each other, too. Before our founders were born, the breaching method had been sustained against our founders who were Native American. That is only one portion of our founders. The founders who had to counter extort the other founders are another portion of our founders. And those founders who had to be counter extorted is another third of our founders. And use slash S of that pretended everyone by other forced by the breaching method was effectively used to measure and maintain collusions with itself and where and how it consciously caused negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures, and on top of that, nature demonstrating its causes of it. But it consciously built those negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures, blamed on other things, others, or selves, while doing it themselves. Collusions with selves ourselves has spoken for black pupils, whites of eyes, having this simultaneously, the same color eyes, different color eyes at the same time, and that haven't been left out. With all the natures of logic debate, worth evaluations, for example, why and how someone's in one class placement or another, and or the difference of that, and relativity to U slash S of it. See, we have to be led by the hyper invisible, but still discernible. To do this, we have to grapple with the invisible, but still discernible, not relative to people's narratives regarding their sense and sensibilities. Where and how we have to, in other words, they're using that dishonestly, like pretended passions and emotions when people use words like Holocaust. That is state collusion, selves against selves, where and how psychiatry had roles with the stuff that came from semi-ancient times before modern religions were even born, and against Joseph Mengele before he even was a part of that narrative, measured and maintained, criminally foreign influenced, as victims, as slash hyper victims, as victim predator / hyper predator with names uses, with convictions, with history, with values uses where value is nature, and the nature of the invisible / hyper invisible. That's why there are 7 names for the verb. Because the verb, we value it as a invisible but still discernible, with subjects, with actual things, with our value / value progression. We value how the verb and the subject. There are proofs that the ancients and or English is just of this nature that would fit perfect with Adam is the subject and Eve is the verb. Alpha diffuses Alpha's mother, and Eve stands for energy's victory, energy / energizes. Its identity of relationship to itself and the value of that. This goes with yin yang. The ancients before identity was used through systems tactical ulterior than its own. Individually group difference / S and species volume difference that we cannot move, we cannot affect but one way. In other words, we could value its system as a system where it is itself and where not. There is one identity per science that shows that it is the extent we can discern present, but any way. In other words, each subject, even group subjects in a list of them, there is still how it is / S, more things coming in its identity of relationship to itself. All reason descriptions since semi-ancient times, they have been reliant upon names used as premises and the nature of the debate with that. Experts on things like narcissism, tactically delusions, or criminally foreign influence roles with uses of those databases, with predicate acts with facts methods, black pupils. I'm not a lawyer. Okay, happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year. Peace. Hyper peace. There is a difference between peace and hyper peace. Thank you.